Hey, welcome back to cleveland.com's midnight election update. Since we talked last, there's been a little bit of development in the Ohio Democratic Party politics. Chris-Redfern, the ODP chairman, has offered his resignation. This isn't unexpected. There's been a lot of pressure on Redfern, who's been party chairman since 2005 and was recently reelected to another four-year term as chairman this past summer. But when you lose a statewide election as badly as the Democrats did, heads have to roll, starting with his. I guess one more indignity for the ODP chairman is he lost his Ohio House seat, which includes Ottawa and Erie counties, very narrowly, so he's out of two jobs this evening. Look for U.S. Senator Sherrod-Brown, who is the top of the Democratic Party these days, to push for major change before the 2016 election. Most likely you will see a Brown insider, Denny Watanowski from Columbus. He's worked with Sherrod before as a former state legislator, lobbyist, and again, all-around party insider. He will be taking the reins most likely. There's still a few others out there fighting for the position. Let's move more local, and let's make it really local, since this is our non-red light edition of the cleveland.com election update. We're going to talk about Richmond Heights, which has had a lot of drama during the past year because of its new mayor and recently unelected mayor, Maisha Hedden. During her tenure, she pushed for some amendments to the charter there that would give a lot more power to the mayor and make some other changes. So I brought in Sara Dorn, who covers the community, to tell me about which amendments have passed this evening.
Yeah, Maisha has been gone for about a month, but she's definitely living on through these amendments. As we were talking earlier, some of them are kind of ironic because they actually give the new mayor, David Roach, more powers and
something
benefits.
that she would have liked to have had.
Yeah.
And her critics, including I think our Plain Dealer editorial board, charged that part of this was, they said, an unfounded power grab. Her supporters obviously argued that some of these made sense. Other communities have similar proposals, but there was, how many were on the ballot?
Right, there were 12 issues on the ballot, and I picked 3 that I thought were particularly important. Council now has to approve the mayor's firings of the law and finance director. That was a big problem for Richmond Heights. I mean, I think if we know one thing about Richmond Heights, it's that Mayor Maisha Hedden went on quite the firing streak during her short 10 months there. She fired 2 finance directors and the longtime law director, both of who have already been hired
So this
back.
amendment, for all practical purposes, takes that power away from whatever
Right.
sitting mayor is there and puts it into council.
Sure, yeah, and another amendment that I thought was notable is that council members now have to appoint the Charter Review Committee. Mayor Maisha Hedden appointed the Charter Review Committee earlier this year, and she stacked it with many of her supporters. From what we can see, they donated to her campaign, and so yeah, now. And
some of those supporters I know reached out to me and tried and argued that they weren't really tied to the mayor.
Sure.
Some of them said that, but no doubt they supported her if in fact they were pushing these amendments that she supported.
Yeah, and one of them, I mean, that I don't think has anything to do with Mayor Hedden, but it requires council to now live stream their meetings online, and this is actually something the new mayor, David Roach, does not like. He's a very private man. And
yeah, well, you don't get to be private when you're in public office. This live streaming issue is one that many communities have already put in, but other communities are fighting. I've talked about this before, the city of Beechwood, which is perhaps one of the best equipped and wealthiest and communities in position to do live streaming, has not yet made that official and made that happen. And in fact, prior to this recent council elections last year, one of the council members had it videotaped on his own and put it up on his own website. I think the arguments against it, there are no good arguments against the public access aspect or the streaming. They do try to argue that they want only one record, official record of these meetings, and that people could take these live streams and archived video and edit it and manipulate it. I say that's really a lot of baloney because, you know, we're going to have the original record. If somebody manipulates it, it's pretty easy to prove it.
Yeah.
So in Richmond Heights, we're going to get live stream meetings.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, most of the amendments did not change the charter as much as they could have. I think that voters kind of wanted to
go
be
slow,
done.
go a little bit easy,
Right.
make dramatic changes. Well, boy, I certainly hope people don't think changing live streaming meetings is too much of a jar to democracy. But
Right.
we know you'll be watching and following. You can always follow Sara on cleveland.com and in the Plain Dealer. This is Mark Naymik signing off. What may be our last update for today in this election season. Thanks again.